Louisiana becomes the first state to require the 10 Commandments be displayed in public classrooms. And a prehistoric landmark defaced will tell you why climate activists painted Stonehenge orange. The Morning Rundown starts now.
From the Straight Arrow News Studio, bringing the stories that matter to you from across the United States and around the world. This is the Morning Rundown.
Today is Thursday, June 20th. Thank you for joining us. I'm Kara Rucker. Louisiana is now the first state in the nation to require a copy of the 10 Commandments be displayed in all public classrooms. Soon after the bill was signed into law, the legislation receiving a lot of attention, including pushback from several civil rights groups. The law says all public classes from kindergarten to college must display the 10 Commandments on a poster or framed document by the start of 2025. According to the law, the displays will also feature a statement on how the 10 Commandments have been a, quote, prominent part of American public education for almost 3 centuries. Republican Governor Jeff Landry says the law is aimed to bring drastic reform to the education system and common sense back to the classroom.
This bill mandates the display of the 10 Commandments in every classroom in public, elementary, secondary, and post-education schools in the state of Louisiana. Because if you want to respect the rule of law, you got to start from the original lawgiver, which was Moses. Amen. All right.
Critics, including the American Civil Liberties Union and the Freedom from Religion Foundation, have vowed to sue, calling the law unconstitutional. In its criticism of the law, the ACLU cites a 1980 Supreme Court decision where the justices ruled a similar law in Kansas violated the First Amendment's Establishment Clause, which is intended to prevent government from preferring one religion over others. The first named storm of the Atlantic hurricane season has already turned deadly. Mexican authorities reporting 3 deaths from Tropical Storm Alberto. Alberto, which is bringing strong winds, heavy rainfall, and some flooding along the coast of Texas and Mexico, is expected to make landfall in northern Mexico early Thursday. Once Alberto hits Mexico, forecasters expect it to weaken rapidly before moving inland. Parts of Mexico are expected to see up to 20 inches of rain with this storm, and the Texas coast could see up to 15 inches. Flooding has already become a problem for coastal areas like Corpus Christi. Texas Governor Greg Abbott has issued a disaster declaration in 51 counties to ensure at-risk regions have the resources and personnel needed to respond to the storm. Power has been almost fully restored in Ecuador after a nationwide blackout left millions in the dark on Wednesday. The blackout affected hospitals, homes, and a major subway system. The country's public infrastructure minister saying in a post on X last night, the outage was caused by maintenance and transmission issues in the country's electrical system, which he stressed could have been avoided if the country had invested more into its infrastructure. Ecuador has been struggling with an energy crisis for years, and in April, Ecuador's president declared an energy emergency, ordering 8-hour nationwide electricity cuts. Ever since the deadly Baltimore bridge collapse in March, crew members of the Dali cargo ship have still been aboard on the ship. According to court documents, a deal has been reached with the city of Baltimore and the owner of the Dali cargo ship that would allow crew members who remain on the ship to leave the U.S. and go home. 8 of the crew members, all from India and Sri Lanka, had been cleared to go home as early as today. But on Tuesday, attorneys for the city of Baltimore filed a lawsuit looking to keep them in the U.S. amid ongoing investigations into the incident. A hearing on the matter had been scheduled for this morning, but last night a letter was sent to the judge saying all sides reached a compromise, and the Dali's owner and managing company have agreed to make sure the crew members return for deposition if needed. Climate activists with the group Just Stop Oil targeted the private jets of Taylor Swift in a British airport today, spraying them with orange paint as the pop superstar is set to perform in London this weekend. Swift has been criticized in the past for her use of private jets. The two activists were arrested. This came a day after a similar protest by the group at Britain's prehistoric landmark Stonehenge, where visitors to the site jumped in to try to stop it. In both instances, the protesters calling on the British government to take action on climate change. They're demanding Britain's next government to phase out fossil fuels by 2030. The group said the paint used at Stonehenge was made of an orange cornflower and washes away in the rain. English Heritage, the charity that manages the structure, tells the BBC the paint has already been cleaned off and there appears to be no lasting damage. The protest came as thousands were expected to visit the site to witness the sunrise for today's summer solstice. The parent company of the popular social media app Snapchat has agreed to pay $15 million to settle a lawsuit claiming it discriminated against female employees. A 3-year investigation by the California Civil Rights Department found that Snapchat discouraged women from applying for promotions, failed to prevent sexual harassment in the office, and retaliated against those who spoke out through negative performance reviews and termination. The settlement covers employees who worked for the California company from 2014 to this year. Snapchat says while it disagrees with the claims, it decided to settle to avoid costly and lengthy litigation. Finally this morning, Netflix is moving away from the digital space for its next venture, with the company planning to open 2 brick-and-mortar entertainment destinations here in the U.S. Called Netflix House, the venues will feature various in-person experiences catered to fans of the streaming platform. Netflix says visitors will be able to walk through a replica of the Bridgerton set, compete in a challenge from Squid Game, and eat at a restaurant with food inspired by its shows. The 2 Netflix houses will be located at shopping malls in Dallas, Texas, and King of Prussia, Pennsylvania, near Philadelphia. Netflix becomes the latest digital brand to open a physical property, following the likes of Amazon, Wayfair, and Meta. These are your top stories for this Thursday. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you back here tomorrow. Until then, I'm Kara Rucker. Have a great day.